Hey, it's Kaero. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about little known trivia about our favorite game, Magic the Gathering. So without further delay, let's get started with number 10. You may recognize Timewalk as one of the most powerful Magic the Gathering cards ever printed, and as part of the Power 9, it's highly sought after because it's just insane. But did you know that it was almost more insane? The original wording on Timewalk said, "Target player loses next turn." This led some playtesters to believe that they just lost the game straight up. So the wording was changed to the wording that we have today, where the casting player takes an extra turn. Number 9. Did you know that Mountain is the most printed basic land in Magic the Gathering's history? They should all be even, right? But no. Basic lands weren't originally going to be included in the set Arabian Nights, but somehow Mountain was mistakenly included. Some estimates say that they only printed about 30,000 of these, and one of the leading card retailers has basic Mountains from Arabian Nights ranging from $100 to $200. So check your bulk for Arabian Nights Mountains. Speaking of powerful cards, most Magic players know of Force of Will, one of the best counter spells ever printed. But did you know that it was originally supposed to be a red card? The artist on their blog tells the story about how they got shipped the descriptors for the red card. It was supposed to be a shaman casting fire magic, and the code name for the card was Stop Spell. The fact that it was supposed to be a red card makes so much sense when you look at the art. It looks like a red card, and the artist even said that they were surprised whenever it was printed as a blue card. Number 7. Have you ever wondered why on the back of every single Magic card it says Deckmaster? Well, originally, Deckmaster was supposed to be an umbrella of different card games or different sets, and Magic the Gathering was only the very first set. Somewhere along the line, that idea was scrapped, and I don't know exactly why, but Magic the Gathering became the name for the entire game. Number 6. The Mirage Set pre-release. Way back in 1996, when the Mirage Set was about to be released, the first time anybody had ever seen these cards was at Pro Tour Atlanta, where players were given sealed decks of 60 cards to build their decks with never-before-seen cards. That's not like these days when a set's released and everybody already knows what's in them. Players were forced to evaluate cards sight unseen and then compete the very same day. Number 5. Did you know that Fallen Empires and Portal 3 Kingdoms are the only two Magic the Gathering sets not to feature any creatures with flying? Maybe all the creatures from Fallen Empires fell. I'll see myself out. Number 4. Speaking of Portal 3 Kingdoms, it was a beginner set based on real-life Chinese history, and the only English versions to be distributed, or most, were distributed in Australia and New Zealand, making them some of the rarest English-based versions ever printed. Number 3. Magic the Gathering was almost not called Magic the Gathering at all. When it was originally designed, it was called Magic. But then a lawyer got involved and said Magic is way too broad of a term. You cannot trademark the name Magic for your card game. So they switched to Mana Clash. But then everybody in playtesting still called it Magic, and so they asked the lawyer what to do, and they were like, just add something onto it. So they're like, okay, Magic the Gathering, and now we have that. Number 2. Birds of Paradise was almost a land. Well, sort of. The art for Birds of Paradise was originally commissioned for a land card, but the developers thought that the bird in the foreground was too large and it was too up front to be used on a land card. So they developed the card Birds of Paradise, and that's how we got the iconic flying mana bird that we have today. Number 1. The designer of Magic the Gathering used the card to propose marriage to his girlfriend. The story goes that Richard Garfield was playing Magic the Gathering with his girlfriend and had a custom card commission called Proposal to put in his all-mono white deck. The story goes that Richard didn't pull the card in the first 2 games, but on the 3rd game he had the card in his hand and apparently was losing, but he was able to cast the card, reveal the card to his girlfriend Lily, and the proposal was accepted and those 2 decks were shuffled together, and apparently it remains intact somewhere. But wait, there's more. Bonus trivia fact. Did you know that you can gain my appreciation and get sweet Magic the Gathering content delivered right to your YouTube account by subscribing to this channel and by hitting the thumbs up to support the video? Now you do. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for sharing. I'll see you next time.